And we're recording. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of TVGP's We Roguelike It. That video started recording way too quickly. Hi, I'm your boss. I'm just gonna start that one back over. Enjoy this little extra video, peeps. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of TVGP's We Roguelike It. I'm your host, Boston, and joining me as always is Moonpier.
Hello.
This is our third week of Darkest Dungeon. We are delving deeper into the dungeon, and the video just lost Moonpier on Skype, so I'm just going to fix that while we're chatting. How have you been doing this last week in Darkest Dungeon?
Well, let's say I'm an idiot.
Okay.
And I figured out what might help me, and I'm going to actually fast forward to the end of the show.
Okay.
So we can talk about a question from the community.
Yes.
Which, if you'd, I'm just bringing it on you really quick. Would you like to read said question? Because
Sure.
I have some hints based on bad experiences I made.
So T-Bomb Rocks in Discord asked us early tips for Darkest Dungeon. I played it in early access, but it's been a while and want to start it up.
Okay, don't do the mistakes I did. Mistake number 1. Remember that you can upgrade equipment and skills using the appropriate people in town. Because maybe the reason I wasn't doing so hot was because I was busy trying to forget to actually upgrade the skills and the abilities of everybody, which meant that everybody was going in with level 1 skills and they were level 2 and level 0 skills, I should say. And level 0 gear, and level 0 everything else. So therefore I was having issues, one might say, actually progressing because I was being an idiot and not taking advantage of the many systems in place in this game.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about it last week where, you graduate from like white gear to green to blue to purple. I feel like early game weapon upgrading doesn't feel super strong, but armor upgrading does, because you get more health, you get more speed, and you get more of that. I think skill upgrading, personally, is way more effective because, especially for your healer, you start healing, anywhere between 2 and 3 damage for a group heal. Now you're starting to heal 4 to 4 damage, which almost always gets you 5 damage per person. And then you put a trinket on them that increases their healing, and then you're looking pretty good.
Yeah, so that was a mistake I made to the point where I'm shocked I am that stupid. Also, pro tip, something I didn't know: when you treat somebody for negative and positive effects, that you can lock in the positives and get rid of the negatives.
Right.
You can do them more than one at once.
I did not know that.
If you click on one negative one and one positive one, it locks in the positive and gets rid of the negative, and it prices accordingly. I literally, my last game today, I was like, well, I need to get rid of... Do I keep that positive one? Click. Or do I get rid of that negative one? Click. Wait, the price is doubled. Why is the price doubled?
Wait a sec.
Oh my word, you can do more than one at once.
Yeah,
I'm so stupid.
And to piggyback off of that, the bottom part of the what's that building called?
The sanitarium.
Sanitarium, yeah. The bottom part where you get rid of your diseases, more often than not, pick the one that you really want to go away, where it's like increased stress and decrease HP. They're probably going to clear out all of them at the same time anyway, but that seems to happen more often than not. It's like, yeah, we got rid of this one and the other 4 ones they had on top of that.
Yep. So, pro tip there with the...
Upgrade your stuff.
Lock a positive and get rid of a negative at the same time. It's expensive, but it's worth it.
I would still recommend probably upgrading the stagecoach first. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I have made some progress on that front. I've upgraded my right-hand side. I've upgraded the guild and the blacksmith enough to upgrade the stagecoach to the 1st level. So I am now in week 3, where you were on week 1.
Okay.
My biggest issue with this game is I have it on the PC. I kind of wish I had it on. I wish I'd bought the Xbox One as well, or if I was playing it on Switch, because I think that's the biggest difference. Is I'm sitting here clicking away on my PC. It's like I do it for a day job. You don't want to sit in front of your PC after you do that for a day job.
Well, I like the Switch version because you can. I use the controller and dragging stuff around on the screen too, and a lot of times, like with a sanitarium, it's like, all right, I don't want to hold the button to scroll through the list. I'm just gonna tap on this person and drag them over to this place, and that's where they're gonna go. I like that a lot.
I mean, it's my own fault really for the platform I already owned it on, which when I bought it, that was the only platform it was on. But, I'm still enjoying the game. My feelings are mixed at the moment, but I don't know if that's just a case of I don't know if I can handle as punishing as this is kind of game
right
now. But I'm still enjoying it. Like I feel like today and over the past couple of days, I've done a mission or two a day, and I've actually made a whole bunch of progress. So like I defeated the necromancer, and I cruised through it like he wasn't even there.
Nice.
Like so, I know I've learned from my mistakes, and I know I'm doing better because like that's a boss that I wasn't sure about, and now all of a sudden it's just like, oh, it does make a difference when you buy new skills and
yeah, like you immediately feel so much stronger.
Yeah, and it's also like it allows you to set people up how you want them to be set up. Like I have a highwayman who I prefer to sit in the third slot of the party.
Me too.
So
yep.
I got rid of his melee skills, bought his more ranged skills,
right,
and then equipped all ranged skills for him. So now he's a ranged beast. And then I got a trinket, which is like plus 15 crit and 15 damage.
Wow.
On ranged, and minus 15, minus 5 crit or whatever on melee skills. And it's like,
perfect.
That's fine.
I love it.
That's perfect because that's exactly how I want to use this character.
Right.
So I will stick that in and good to go.
So as a quick aside here before we get back to Darkest Dungeon, Moon and I were just checking out a website called psprices.com for digital sales on games. I decided to look up Darkest Dungeon Crimson Edition. It's $15 on PSN right now. Unfortunately, it's not on sale on Xbox, but I might have to scoop that up. Even though the trophies are mean.
Yeah, something I learned with Sunless Sea is I have enough roguelikes as it is already, and I am an achievement hunter.
Yep.
I still pop into Ziggurat every now and again because I've got a grind in front of me for that one too.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh.
One of my recommendations for T-Bomb here for early game is don't get attached to anyone for the first couple of in-game weeks. I would say probably the first 3 weeks, your first 20 to 21 days. When you get done with an expedition, if they're more than, let's say, 2 pips worth of sanity, kick them out of your town. Just
toss them in the garbage.
Yeah, full on, because once you upgrade your stagecoach to bring in more than 4 people, you're going to have a full party anyway. It doesn't matter if they synergize. It doesn't matter like a lot of that stuff, because you can make it through the first couple of bosses at the very least, or at least get into a dungeon, get as many heirlooms as you can, come back out, upgrade your stuff, and then once you get through the first couple of weeks, you start taking out like the hag, like you said, the necromancer, some of the easier bosses. Then you can start getting a group full of people where it's like, all right, this person is really good. I really like the skills that they have and the positive and negative traits. I'm going to keep them around, maybe move them all the way to the top of the list, start building them up.
Yeah, I have a leper right now who has 5 positive traits, and they're all pretty baller.
Nice.
And 1 negative trait. Yeah. And that 1 negative trait is they'll only pray. That's it.
That's easy. Easy enough to get around.
So I am keeping that leper in my party no matter what.
Yeah.
Speaking of updating, or upgrading, I should say. So, did you know you can trade heirlooms for different heirlooms?
No, I know you could sell them. I didn't know you could trade them. Or you could also buy them too.
If you In your town screen at the very bottom, you've got the heirlooms that you have.
Ooh, yeah. Hmm.
And it's like a little statue head, little thing, little thing, little thing.
Yeah.
Right next to that is a little circle recycle button. If you
Oh.
hit that recycle button, you can trade, like, let's say, for example, 2 heads for 1 shield, or
Oh, for the
4
heirlooms. Yeah,
things.
yeah, yeah. Sorry, I
Yeah.
thought you were talking about trinkets, and I was like, I didn't know you could trade. I could know you could buy them. Yeah, I found that really early on because on the Switch, it's really weird. To go embark on a mission, you have to click in the right stick, and so many times I try to use the left stick to page down there, like to move my cursor down there. You can't select embark. You can only press right stick or click on it. So it'll go down to the trade heirloom screen. I'm always like, I don't want trade heirlooms. I don't have enough. I keep pumping them into the sanctuary so I can fit 3 people in at once.
Yep, I found that out today, and that allowed me to do some serious upgrades because I had like 40 of those stupid statue heads and 0
Right.
of the shields. So it was like, I need shields. I'm trading statue heads. I get the shields.
Right.
Stagecoach is now leveled up a bit more. Everything's going a little bit easier.
Yeah, I never have those pages, memoirs maybe. I feel like I never have those.
You get the deeds. You're talking
Yeah.
about the
Yeah, the deeds. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the stupid journal entries are for.
I don't think they're really for anything. I think they're just more backstory.
Yeah, I mean, if I get them and I have the space, I will bring them back. If I don't have the space, they are the very first thing to go in the garbage and get out of town.
Yep. Yeah. Other beginning things. One of my bigger beginning recommendations is before you go out with a new unit you've never used before, look at their skills because
Yep.
sometimes you will get a like a ranged character that the role of their skills when they come into your party is only like support stuff where it's like, oh, it'll
Yep.
decloak stealth units and it'll heal a party member. It's like, well, I don't need any of those. I need something to attack someone, and they don't have one by default. Usually unlocking skills at the guild hall is pretty cheap.
Yeah, same with upgrading them as well.
Yeah.
It's also worth mentioning, check out character classes and try and figure out how they operate based off the skills.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know about you, but I personally prefer to have these 4 people. This is their position. They do not move.
Right.
As such, I really don't like the Jester.
Yeah, he's a little wiggly.
Because he is like, oh, I'm going to go third in line. I'm going to do these couple of attacks, which move me forwards. Then I can do a high damage attack. But in the process of doing so, he's also displaced the 2 melee people I have at the front
Yep.
who do all of the damage. And it's like, well, now I'm going to use one of their moves to move and then him to do. It's just, it's too much juggling for my liking.
Yep.
But I do have a Beastmaster now who I do like his skills. He's got like a 90% disarm trap skill, so.
That's nice.
And I took all of his skills and moved all of his movement ones off and equipped him with all of his ranged ones. So now he
Nice.
sits at the very, very back. He does the attack all 4 people and cause them to bleed thing. He does the rally cry, which gets rid of stress. It's like,
Boy, I haven't used a Beastmaster in a while. I need to scoop one of those up.
I would say get one of them and then just bring him into your guild hall and just check out his skills, because
Yeah.
they have some wicked good skills. It just, you've kind of got to pay for having him to be the point where, for me personally, he fit into my party.
Right.
Yeah, he's kind of handy now. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
everyone's stressed. Rally cry, the dog howls, everybody calms down. It's great.
That sounds pretty good. I'm gonna have to check that out. I haven't used them in a while, not because I didn't like them, but just because I don't think I had a good one early enough in the game. It's that thing where it's like Binding of Isaac, where early on in the game you pick up this one item and you're like, God, that item is just so trash. Like Mr. Fetus, and you're like, well, that's not going to do anything for me. And then 40 hours later, you're like, oh, that's actually a really good item if I combine it with these 2 other things. And it's like, I need to get into the revisiting portion of this and figure out how he can fit into a party.
Yeah, it's like Mom's Blade is a good example of
Hmm.
that on Isaac. It's like I hate this thing; it just spins around me, and then the second I pick it up, I'm like, now I'm going danger close on everybody, and you're
Yeah.
all dead.
Yep. I didn't. I played a lot of this week, and I did not make much progress. I feel like because I'm doing a lot of housekeeping at the moment, it's a lot of do a bunch of runs to get as many heirlooms as possible to upgrade the blacksmith, especially, and level
Yeah,
up some other people in my roster and try and get some other combinations of characters together. Like I tried out the jester again, like we were just talking about, and I couldn't find a right party for him yet. I was trying out another antiquarian, which still not getting that one. Seems like a debuffing unit largely.
yeah. I mean, they're not bad, but it's all about the buffs and debuffs, and it's like I don't know about you, but I prefer two melee people,
Yep.
one healer, and one ranged.
Yep.
Like that's my preferred
Your
loadout.
standard like Final Fantasy One party.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and right now my top tier squad is Leper, the weird knight dude, the Crusader,
Oh yeah.
Highwayman, and Vestal.
Yep.
And then my secondary squad is it's the woman with the giant axe.
Hellion. That's my favorite.
Yes, she's really badass.
Yep.
It's her, then a man at arms who I'm not sure about,
I love Man at Arms specifically for his retribution skill.
where he goes into riposte.
Yep. That's the one because every time I run into a party of enemies, especially if they're ranged, if you run into enemies more than two of them, that's the very first thing he does on his first move, and a lot of ranged units hit like all four of your party members at once. So even if he dodges, he's hitting them back at the same time.
Yeah, I think he's my second. My third on that one is it's not my antiquarian. I can't even remember. It's probably another Vestal, and then the Beastmaster is at the back of that one because
Yeah.
he's got he can hit from all four spaces he's standing on and hit all four spaces the other
Right.
team are on.
Yeah.
And one of his attacks all four squares. And if I can hit more than one enemy at once, I'm gonna do it.
I should try that in my main party because my fourth slot is an arbalist, and she's really good, but she can't hit that first slot. She can
Yep.
only hit the back three slots. So that poses problems sometimes, especially on boss fights. A lot of the bosses are two slots wide, but some of them aren't.
Yeah, the Necromancer's just a one slotter, and he's a very front slot guy. So it was
Yep.
like, okay, I'll let you summon this zombie so that I can kill him, and then you can stay on the second slot.
Right.
And then I'm just gonna pump you full of damage from range.
Yeah. That was sort of my week this week is a lot of that mid game housekeeping where it's like, all right, I tried to fight the siren again, like the second level siren, and my sanity was way too bad going into the fight. I tried it anyway, and just I shouldn't have. I should have escaped.
Yeah.
I didn't lose anybody, but the fight went south immediately. I tried the same thing with the bosses are. It's the and not the necromancer. It's the necromancer, hag, siren, the 8 pound grouper or whatever it is, and then there's that other guy, the one with the pews in front of him. I don't remember what that guy's name is. Had a really hard time with that because he marks two of your party members and then throws rocks at them, and honestly, my party members were taking 30 to 40 damage, which is about half their health bar,
Oh, jeez.
in one move, and I'm healing for like 15. So I can't keep up the level of healing I needed to, and
Yeah.
one of those fights where it's like, okay, I'm not sure how to do this right now unless I upgrade my armor like maybe one or two more levels.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of that going going into the dungeon and be like, all right, well, I thought that would go differently, and nope, that went really bad.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, but I mean, you have to have those building weeks every once in a while.
Yeah, and it's also like, especially when it comes to this game, it's like who's going to fit together well. Like,
Yep.
I hate the term, who's going to synergize
Sure.
well with different units of the squad, and it's just you learn by doing. And
Yeah.
generally speaking, that learning usually costs you 4 people as they go crazy and you kick them out of town.
Oh, and like we've said in previous episodes and previous weeks of this, we're not gonna download a new game and while it's downloading, hit the wiki and find the perfect, like, that's, to me, that's no fun. So if I do a bunch of failed runs to figure out that I don't really like the jester because I don't understand him, that's fine. That's
Yeah,
makes for a good story on here, at the very
true.
least. Yeah. All right, I think that's our episode for this week. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. Thank you, T-Bomb Rocks, for writing in your question that we sort of answered over the last 15, 20 minutes. If you want to ask us a question, shoot us a message, Twitter or email, tvgpfans@gmail.com, Discord especially. There's a podcast questions channel in there, which is discord.me/tvgp.
That's the one.
That is it. So go join us there, and we'll see you all next week.
Bye.
Bye, video peeps.